Hello children, welcome to your video class, and in today's class we will discuss about the vegetation and wildlife that are seen in the equatorial region. So I think all of you remember from your yesterday's class that equatorial region falls near the equator, that is between the two tropical lines, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. In today's video, we will discuss about the vegetation. That is, what types of plants are seen here, plants and trees, and wildlife. What types of animal? Okay. So first you see, the equatorial regions has some of the densest forest in the world. So can you remember? Can you recall any densest forest that we have talked about? Yes, we had talked about the Amazon rainforest, isn't it? In the previous chapter, that is the densest and the largest forest in the world. So, that forest falls in the equatorial region. If you look up at the map, you will find that the Amazon rainforest falls in the equatorial region. And that's why it is one of the most densest forests. Now, not all trees shed leaves at the same time. That is, during autumn, not all the leaves go dry, isn't it? You will find that during autumn, some of the trees go dry and they shed their leaves. But you will also find that some of the trees are there which remains green throughout the year. Okay, so in these forests, or in the densest forest, or in the forests that are found in the equatorial region, there are trees that remains green throughout the year. That is, all 365 days this forest remains green, and that is why they are also called as evergreen forest. Evergreen, that is always green. Okay, you see both these pictures, both the green pictures, they are so dense. You cannot even see the soil. You cannot even see anything else but green. Everywhere it is greenery, isn't it? Now, you have to understand one thing, that in any forest, there are several types of plants. Okay, there are no forest that has same type of plantation. So several types of plants and trees are there in forest, and those have been divided into 4 layers. Forest grow in several layers. So here we will study about the 4 layers. The first one is emergent layer. Okay. So emergent layer is the layer which has the tallest trees. See the picture? All these trees which are growing scattered in a scattered way. Okay, these are emergent layer. They are all tallest trees of the forest. Then we have canopy. Canopy is the second layer. And why is it called canopy? You know, because in these forests, this canopy, you see all the trees are attached to each other. There is no gap in between. Like these emergent trees, in between the emergent trees, there are gaps. So you can see the sky between this emergent layer. But the canopy, it covers, the trees grow so closely that they cover the entire sky. And if you are here, if you're standing here, suppose, you will not be able to see the sky. They are so dense. Okay. So that is what canopy. It is formed by the crowns of most trees. So maximum number of trees are this tall, and they kind of shelter the forest. Okay. Next is understory. Understory is the third layer, and this layer has smaller trees and thick shrubs. So smaller trees and thick shrubs. So this is the understory. You see all these trees, the smaller trees and the shrubs like these. these are all coming under understory. Okay. It is given here that understory means lower branches, so smaller trees. And the last one is forest floor. So floor, we know that floor is the ground. So in forest floor, there are different types of climbers and creepers and grasses. Okay, so this forest floor is also covered in green colors. So different types of, smallest type of plants like grasses and climbers and creepers are found in the forest floors. All right. Now, so we know that our forest is divided into 4 layers. First one is emergent layer with the tallest trees. Second one is the, here you see, it is the tallest trees. Second one is the canopy, which has medium or shorter trees that cover the forest as a shelter. Third is understory with the lower branches or the smaller trees and thick shrubs. And the last one is forest floor, which has climbers, creepers, grass, and the smallest kind of plants. All right. Now see, because the equatorial forests are very dense, they are very dense. Very little sunlight reaches the forest floor. Okay, so all the sunlight that is coming from the top, imagine, is getting, a kind of shelter in between or a blockage in between. So the sunlight is not reaching properly to the ground. That's why, most of these forests are very dark. All right. Most of these forests are very dark in color. So, in appearance. They don't receive much sunlight. Therefore, the remains of plants and animals, that is, the plants and animals that dies in these forests, they decay very quickly. That means they do not receive sunlight. So whenever they die, they mix up with the soil very quickly. All right. Next, we will study about the wildlife, that is the wild animals, or what kind of animals are found in the equatorial region. So I have attached a few animals which we find in the equatorial rainforests. So these are certain animals. First is gorilla, then baboon, monkey, chimpanzee. From here, I think you will understand the difference between all these species of monkey. So gorilla is there, baboon is there, monkey is there, then chimpanzee is there, then marmoset. This is also one breed of monkey itself. Okay. Then we have bat and flying squirrel. So flying squirrel looks a little like bat because it has a kind of wing attached from his hands to his legs. And lemur. So lemur is also another kind of animal. All these animals are coming under the category of mammals. All right. They are all mammals with their hands and legs. They walk on. Apart from the mammals, we also have reptiles. Reptiles like the crocodile, snake, then lizards and alligators. So these are also found in the equatorial rainforests. All right. Now, apart from these animals, that is the mammals and the reptiles, there are some other animals also which we find in the equatorial forests, like these. And I have not added the names of these creatures. So this is your task for today. You will have to find out the name of these animals. This is given in your book as well. So you have to find out the name of these animals and write down in your notebook. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope you have understood that in forest we find different types of plants and animals in the equatorial region. All right. Thank you.